If you talk against APC, some people go vex. The same party that spoiled Nigeria. Yes. course. We are course. See what you said. It's a course. What you said, but not get to work for street. Like course generation. You know, cause you don't be said that. If you don't know, so you are called like you. Baba, if you don't know, so you are called.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the program this morning. Vice studies at the newsstands. I'm Christian Chuku. Once again, we say welcome. Happy New Month to our viewers and also our analysts this morning. This is the 1st of September 2022. We thank God for seeing this month. And we believe it's going to be a month that will have every cause to give God glory over what He has done in our lives. Once again, welcome to the program. We are right here in Ogba to get people talking on the topical issues that we have this morning. You can see the bystanders here deliberating on various issues. The main topic and topical issues that we have at the bus stop this morning, you know, we have Atiku, we have Obi, we have Tinubu. This is the main point of discussion. Anytime we come to the bus stop, it is a democratic era. We are closer to the 2023 elections, and what will be on the minds of people who will become Nigeria's president. Some people also are not going to buy into presidency come 23. Some are talking about the Yoruba nation, while others are talking about Biafra and also regional system of government. This morning, let's look at our topical issues. This morning, we came across a report that Nigerians in diaspora have decided to contribute a crowdfunding for the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, 100 billion naira and $150 million. 100 billion naira from Nigerians in Nigeria, $150 million from Nigerians in diaspora. Yesterday was the 70th birthday of Bishop Kuka. Archbishop of Sokoto Diocese, Bishop Kuka. In attendance, we had the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We had former president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. And we have the current governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State. We are also going to be looking at other reports this morning. Let's start with the Nigerian Tribune. I have with me the Nigerian Tribune. I also have the Nation newspaper. The Nigerian Tribune and the Nation newspaper. Some other reports this morning that we have on the papers. Name oil thieves. Obi tells Buhari, name terrorism sponsors and oil thieves. Yes, that's what he said. Name terrorism sponsors and oil thieves. Obi tells Buhari, and he also said that he would deal with the issue of electricity within 5 years, and if he doesn't do it, he will resign. That is from the Labour Party presidential candidate. Let's look at are you hit Wike, Autumn, Makinde, and Ikwazu. The PDP crisis still linger on. PDP crisis still lingers on. Are you hit Wike, Autumn, Makinde, and Ikwazu, saying that they were nowhere when we formed the PDP? They were nowhere when we formed the PDP. Rivers governors demand state's stake in party. Yes, Rivers governor demands his state should have a stake in the party. Mimiko Duke Adoke, Ghana accused of fueling crisis. Mimiko Duke Adoke, Jerry Ghana, accused of fueling the crisis. The National Working Committee to meet Benue, Oyo, Enugu, Abia, Akwa Ibom governors. Yes, that is from the PDP crisis. Investors in Nigeria still maintain their gains despite the worrying situation in the country. 4.5 trillion naira gains for 8 months. Investors gain over 4.5 trillion naira for 8 months. As 28.3 billion naira is recorded as net loss in the month of August. 28.3 billion naira recorded as net loss in August. Akeredolu accuses federal government of bias in Tompolo's pipeline contract. Akeredolu accuses federal government of bias in Tompolo's contract. I read what he wrote. The governor of Ondo State, I read what he wrote. He said, some of the things he said that if the government can allow a private security outfit to hold to wield weapons in order to guard the nation's pipeline. Why would Amotekun and other state security outfits not be allowed, given the opportunity to hold weapons to defend their states? We're gonna read that piece from Akeredolu, a wonderful piece. He accuses government of bias into Polo's pipeline contract. Okay, EFCC probing Zamfara governor for alleged money laundering. Alleged EFCC probing the Zamfara governor for alleged money laundering. Buhari governors Kalu orders greet Kuka at 70. Buhari governors Kalu orders greet Kuka at 70. Today is the enforcement will start on Lagos Okada ban. Today, phase 2 kicks off today. Phase 2 kicks off today. If you are found wanting, you're liable. You can face 3 years imprisonment if you go against that policy by the Lagos State government. If you are caught riding Okada in some of these local governments that it has been banned, you are likely to face 3 years imprisonment. And I don't know about the 50,000 you're going to pay, but 3 years imprisonment is sure for any defaulter. Let's look at aviation fuel price hike may affect our operation. Chief of Army Staff, among ones, aviation fuel price hike may affect our operation. Chief of Army Staff, I know that aviation fuel is very important for the Navy in fighting the Boko Haram and bandits in the north west and also the northeastern part of Nigeria. Yes, 2035 fossil fuels deadline will hurt economy, says the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. 2035 fossil fuels deadline will hurt economy, says the Manufacturers Association of Nigeria. Let's go back to the Nigeria Tribune. Yes, again, Akeredolu picks holes in pipeline surveillance contracts awarded Tompolo. Knocks federal government for permitting non-state actors to bear arms. Knocks the federal government for permitting non-state actors to bear arms. Isoko youth women protest, threatening showdown. Isoko youth women, the protest and threatening showdown with the pipeline contract. Yes, hoodlums pelt Kwankwaso with missiles in Kogi. Hoodlums pelt Kwankwaso with missiles in Kogi. Boko Haram planning to re-establish base in Adamawa Fintiri. Boko Haram planning to re-establish base in Adamawa Fintiri. Enforcement of Okada ban starts today. Lagos government insists. Enforcement of Okada ban starts today. Lagos government insists. Autumn lied against Buhari on Fulani claim. Yes, let's look at other reports. Ex-generals threaten me, others with CIA. Wike charges them to deploy their CIA contacts to combat insurgency. Ex-generals threaten me, others with CIA. Yes, charges them to deploy their CIA contacts to combat insurgency. Have Mr. Kunle. Good morning, Mr. Kunle.
Yeah, good morning, Christian. And we really appreciate your good work you're doing there.
Thank God.
Good morning, viewers. And I pray for everyone, both the haters and the ones that love us here. We wish you well.
This is politics. Politics in Nigeria, you know the game.
It's a dirty.
You know the game. And if you are going to want to practice their politics, you expect different things.
Yeah, different opinions.
So let's not give names, calling aspersions, gassing aspersions.
Yeah, but the politics is getting more dirtier than, it's a dirty game, but it's getting more dirtier. Even among the so-called supporters of all these political, elites.
There's a saying that says a hungry man is an angry man.
It's the only them that is hungry. Everybody is hungry. Me too, I'm hungry. But if I need to start talking the way...
Don't you think Nigerians are desperate?
They should be. They say now they need to be desperate. Are they even pointing? Are they picking up the right things they should be desperate on? Is it politics they should now be desperate on? The politics will be carry. You see, I don't want, when you throw up the questions, I think I will go in from
Okay,
there.
let's look at Akeredolu. He's a very brilliant gentleman. I can give him for that.
Yeah.
He had to accuse the federal government of bias You allow non-state actors to bear arms. AK-47.
Yeah.
That is the Niger Delta militant.
Yeah,
And
militant, yeah.
But Amotekun as a security outfit, a legal security outfit, you don't want them to bear arms.
To me, that's like a double justice, and that's like there are two laws being operated on the firearms, firearms law, right? There's been two laws on that. Once you can allow a militant that's raised war against the government before, that's raised war against the government, to now see to be in possession of firearms, the same way you allow the bandits to be armed, because those arms are not falling from sky, they are channeling through one route, and it's people that is even financing them. That's ammunition for them. It's people. And one time it was loud and clear on all the medias that they've known the sponsors of the bandits. They will soon put them on trial, which is going to be secret trial. We hear nothing again. Since that time, we hear nothing. That is to show you how deteriorated the environment we have is now. Okay? And secondly, Akeredolu has a right, to venge out his anger. Right? It's a double justice. It's a double standard.
Militants are wielding
AK-47. Yeah, to protect the oil, because there's national interest on that oil. Could not even have access to it, It's only then God and juju and all sort of things. Is that not double justice? Yeah, double justice. Is that not double justice? Is that... Why?
It's my man. Continue.
So, is that not double justice? Akeredolu is totally right. The enemies are entering us in the southwest here. But our security outfits were not allowed to carry sophisticated guns, sophisticated weapons. Why the bandits that are even entering us, that are attacking us, who are not even citizens, bona fide citizens of Nigeria, who are immigrant citizens, are carrying, sophisticated guns at will. And the government supposed to even put a probe on the border security. Who are the border security? The customs. The custom is those guns these people are using. Those guns, are they falling from the heaven? Are they falling from the sky? Are they falling? Where are they falling?
So what should the governor do now?
What should the governor? He should go ahead and purchase his own arms for the Amotekun. Illegally. The one they have in Niger.
The police has to approve.
The one they have in Niger Delta, the police approve it. What is good for the goose is good for the gander. That's just it. That's the problem that brought us to this level we have. That's what make us to deteriorate this country, to deteriorate to this level, we have now.
You are telling the governor to take the laws into his hand.
Are the ordinary citizens not taking law into their hand? Are the ordinary citizen? To me, Tompolo is an ordinary citizen, and as that issue is the security of the pipeline now, it has caused a lot of division among the militants. What they're saying now is because Tompolo is from Ijaw extradition, and other ones that are like Kalabari, that Port Harcourt militant, that Bayelsa militant, you ignore them, and you picked only Ijaw man to guard the. So anybody that initiated that idea should reverse it and make it an all-inclusive, all-inclusive, because they are all Niger Deltarians. So what belongs to the, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. So it's just a straightforward, except they want to start playing politics that will backfire and that will catch fire and that may affect the downturn economy of this country more as it is.
I can see desperation in today's politics. You can see various politicians are trying to guard their tents, trying to fasten their seatbelts for 2023. People are organizing symposiums. But yesterday there was a meeting by APC, former presidential aspirants. Most of them, whether Amechi was not there, Osibaju was not there. You think there are grudges being kept by these people?
Yeah, I can't really say because I'm not a party member. I don't know what is going on in their party. But I'm just an observer, a neutral observer.
What do you observe?
What I observe is the way all these parties are as it is. There is no party that can save Nigerian soul. There is no party that can save Nigerian soul. As it is now, I don't even, all this politics, I don't even expect this is the time to be embracing politics now. This is a time for every one of us to sit down and see what is the way out. We cannot start another election into slavery, into poverty, into, it's been a norm since the advent of democracy in this country. And I don't know why we so much in a rush to, democratize this country, because the elements that are in charge of the vehicle of democracy in this country, they are not matured enough.
Okay, let's look at Ayu is saying that I won't resign over noise from boys and children. It's referring to Wike and his allies.
You see, the more you see, the more you look, the less you see. What are the circumstances that brought Ayu to that post as the chairman of PDP? When these people gather themselves together, South East included, Southwest included, North Central included, they form a party called PDP. Now, they inserted a constitution, rotational constitution, into their agenda that the power must be rotating between the South and the North. Now, the South started it. When the South started it, they gave the presidency to Obasanjo. The chairman of the party then was a Northerner, right? And when the Southerner finished their own tenure, the Northerner came in, which happens to be Yar'Adua, and which happens to be the best presidents we've ever had in the advent of this democracy. Yar'Adua, I still keep saying it. Thank God it's not from my own. They will have said this guy is a tribal, this thing. When you say the truth, you say it. Now, Yar'Adua died. He spent only 2 years. He died. Then there's a need for doctrine of necessity that Jonathan should continue, in which the Baka race, the Soyinkas, the Ezekome, all of them, they went to Abuja to protest that there must be doctrine of necessity. Let the power shift to the deputy to continue the power. And Jonathan came into power. He spent 2 years, the remaining 2 years of Yar'Adua. Just to know that all these politicians, they are lawbreakers. They are lawbreakers within themselves. And a house that does not, a party that is not settled, is it now a party that will want to rule Nigeria? Now, when Jonathan finished, it's supposed to be turn of the North back, right? And give it to them to complete the 8 years Obasanjo spent. Jonathan came back again and spent another 4 years, making 6.
Is it not geopolitical zones? Or
is it? It's not. You see, we are politically blinded. We followers. They say they go, they follow, make you open, high open sense. Me, nobody can tell me direction to go because how old as the age I am now. But what I hate, is I dislike haters of humanity. Because of politics, they will blind you. The politician, they will blind you. They will just throw a card into your circle, and all of you just, embrace it and start spreading the falsehood. That's what I hate in my life.
Let's look at other reports this morning. Puka at 70. We have we have Tinubu there, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, presidential candidate of the APC.
Everybody has a right to be there. I myself have to just wish him well. Yes.
If you are not invited, you won't go there.
If I'm not, because I'm not in the class of the people that Bishop Kuka himself, at least is a seasoned bishop, and I so respect him because he's bold to say the truth at any time. He's ready to tell you the truth point blank. And those are the kind of people, when you pick Bishop Kuka, you pick somebody like Wiki. People may be saying, why is this man talking about Wiki? I like bold people, and I like straightforward people. Autumn too. But the problem of Autumn, the sexuality begins at home. His problem started from the home, his home soil.
Okay, let's look at Kuka at 70. What do you think? How far has he come in trying to bring Nigeria together?
He's done well. He's done well. He's a father of Christian father of the nation. And I think we can still count him among the real men of God that they open up.
Real men of God.
Yes, the real men of God. It's not everybody that call themselves men of God that are men of God. It's only God that knows who's serving. We are just gullible to start following, people all around that don't feel man of God. It's only God that knows who's serving. Me, I can't be gullible to follow any, if I know you are upright, I will lay my alliance to you. I will lay my support for you. But if I know you are not upright, what's my business with you? I will criticize you. Never you're a man of God, either you're a man of devil, I will criticize you. Because this is not the time to wear the clothes of religion. To sew the religion clothes and cover ourselves with religion clothes, but our mind is so much porous. Our mind is so much dirty towards the religion.
Okay, let's look at Okada ban. The enforcement is going to start today. What do you think will be the fate? Despite the protest in Alausa.
Okada ban. Who tolerated? How do we get to people riding Okada in this country? And when they were assembling themselves with those Okada, where was the government? Where was the government in power? Especially, where was the Lagos State government? When these people started importing Okada from different, zone of the country, different region of the country, bringing Okada from the north, from the south, from the west, from the east, bringing Okada, turning Lagos to Okada State. Okada State, yes. Turning Lagos to Okada State. Where were they? If there's a real governance, true governance in the land, all those things will not degenerate into people riding Okada.
The action by the Lagos State governor, do you commend that action?
I have to commend it. Why I have to commend it, likewise, is when you trace the insecurity in this country, when you trace the machineries these people use, when you trace the source of their transportation in the north, majority of these bandits, if they want to attack any village, they go on convoy of Okada. I don't know whether you've seen the photo shot of their operation before. They go on Okada. And what Lagos State failed to do is, Wike did that during NSAS, during the lockdown, he did that. Every trailer is coming to Port Harcourt. There's a C-check on all of them to know whether there are some foreign body inside the Okada. They are coming to Port Harcourt for suspicious, agenda, right? Why can't Lagos State embark on that likewise? You have the toll gate, you have the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. There's a boundary between Ogun State and Lagos State. They ought to have put all the machineries in place to checkmate inflow and outflow of people coming to Lagos. Because a lot of them, all this Okada you're saying, a lot of them transported their Okada from different zones, from different regions of this country to Lagos. Because Lagos is more or less like a dumping ground for criminals as it is. And I want to say, this politics, this election cannot take us, it will take us nowhere. Better let them postpone this election and get our bearings right, the right direction we want to go as a country.
And the right direction is what?
The right direction is going to be restructuring. If it is going to be restructuring,
the government that will carry out
if it is the government, the president can.
You trust the Buhari government?
No, he has to step down. He has to step down.
For who?
He has to step down.
For who?
All these religious leaders, the Islamic leaders, the Christian leaders, the Islamic leaders, they can all come together and direct us on they can direct us through their religions they believe in, that they are the only saint we can look up to.
Okay.
They said they are men of God. Let them come together and create a way, neutral way, we can sort ourselves out, because the way it is, election is not. All these guys, they are parading themselves as presidential candidates. They have eating agenda.
Okay,
and they have skeleton in their cupboard.
Osumba.
None of them.
Osumba.
Nobody can come and say he's a saint in Nigerian politics today.
Okay, thank you.
Because once you dip your hand in the commonwealth of the people, you are partaker of the commonwealth, you swallow 1 naira of the commonwealth people, you have no right to come out and say you are a saint, you are Messiah in this country. So no election.
I have
postpone the election.
Pastor Obong this morning. You hear what he said? There's no saint in Nigerian politics. There's no saint.
No saint. No saint.
We have 3 major people now that would define next year's presidency. Will define politics next year. Who do you stand for? Who are you standing in for?
I see all their legacies. Like all of them. Obi was a governor for 8 years. Tinubu was a governor for 8 years. Atiku was vice president for 8 years. And these 3 men, all is 0.
All of them 0.
So there is no party. Nigeria is going to be free by what they say, destined one to save Nigeria. Now come.
You are taking it spiritual. Don't you think that we need to do something?
Chris and Chuku,
as in Nigeria, we need to do something.
Yes. I said there's a destined someone, destiny person. We go save the Nigerian country. And it's coming.
2015, they said Buhari was the destined person.
It was a fake prophecy. It was a fake prophecy. The people who prophesied,
you're a pastor.
Will not see well, yes.
Your fellow pastor.
Yes. No, I do not prophesy. Listen,
your fellow pastor.
I do not prophesy that Buhari is a saint. I will prophesy that Buhari will not do anything because of the party that he comes with. But if Buhari was come out for another party, he would have succeeded. But the APC that if don't come out, he cannot let him succeed. But when iniquities are bound, there's something that prays that iniquity are bound. And when God can't deliver blessing.
Why did Buhari not perform as a president?
He cannot perform because of where he come from, the party that he come with. He come with the wrong party.
GPR.
Good people.
GPR.
Good people.
Good people.
Nigeria. That party that he come with is a problem to Buhari, not the Buhari. If you go deeper, you can know that Buhari has never won the stand in a public or television public and announced increase of fuel till today, since he come to power. Who increased the fuel? Nobody knows. So if Buhari could have come for party, not this APC, perhaps succeed. He can't make it. He chained him down. He crippled him.
The APC party changed Buhari down.
He chained him down. I'm a spiritual man, I know what I'm talking about. He can't do anything.
Can you explain?
Explain to you. Yes. APC party as a whole is a very dark spiritual party. No Yoruba has seen me for news, for this. No Yoruba can ever stand to challenge me. I know them, they know me. None of the whole world can stand to challenge me. I know them, they know me. Nobody can stand as I'm talking now. APC is a deep spiritual darkness party. That's why Nigeria suffer like this. We suffer the consequence.
You are doing fine.
I'm coming. I take my step. I know my length. But I know people are suffer for this party deeper. Not that it was people suffer like this. Outside man never do anybody in this country, but we suffer. It never happened before. That's from beginning. Outside man never do them, we suffer. Outside live things come. I'm coming now.
Military,
even if it was military, we are enjoying, we are shopping. Food was a thing. We were price control. We were price control, everything. Global was booming. Everything was booming. We were buying global. When Buhari was doing it, before you buy food your house, you go buy for global. Before you enter Naira, food don't food your house. Go ask anybody. Not this time that even gas is 900 Naira a kg.
From 450 Naira.
Can you imagine? To 900 Naira a kg. One gas. One kg. 900. Now we are going to 1,000. Some area are buying 1,000. So it's not the people, it's not party that what the party that he come with is a reproach party, a reproach to him. He no. So the problem we have here, APC is a what? We go see suffer the consequence because they go still win. They still win until I come.
Let's leave you now. Let's leave you. Let's look at other things now. Akeredolu, the governor of Ondo State,
Say what?
is saying that the militants in the Niger Delta, the federal government allowed them carry gun, but Amotekun is not allowed to carry gun.
Militants was subject to carry gun, become a better confirm. They carry gun, even they bring amnesty to them. Federal government give them amnesty to drop gun.
Why would federal government allow them wield the AK-47 and not Amotekun?
Amotekun will not produce anything for Nigeria.
Amotekun wants to guard.
Guard what? Guard what they get? Guard oil? They get oil?
Their environment against any
No. I want to understand. I want you to understand what is going on. Amotekun.
What do you think is the work? Is the mission of Amotekun?
Amotekun is mission what? Is to secure community now. They are not recognized sign law, sign security for federal government. They are not army. They are not police. It's a state vigilante.
What of
militants?
Yeah.
Militants was a national orientation of securing their community with their oil because they are stealing oil.
What of the
nobody?
Akeredolu? Are they not securing their community?
I'm coming. They don't steal oil from them. Nigeria are stealing oil from them.
They are killing people.
Killing people in Ondo State. It's not about stealing oil. They are stealing oil for Nigeria.
Which one is more disastrous? Is it not killing people?
No, Amotekun kill the most. They kill outside, take their cow, steal their cow.
Why did they form Amotekun?
So if they form Amotekun,
why did they form Amotekun?
Amotekun cannot return 70 cow now to outside.
Why did they form Amotekun at the first
place? They thief outside cow, 70 cow.
What made
return the cow to outside?
Governor Akeredolu form Amotekun?
They are thieves.
What? No, I know. According to you, why did they create it at the first place?
They don't create it. They bring.
What is the reason why they create it?
I'm coming. People come out and say, "Come, we can help you." Come and say, "Okay, if you can help me, come."
Why did they come and tell the governor that?
That is because they know what they can do. So now the security.
Is it not because of insecurity?
It is vigilante. You cannot carry gun by vigilante.
So militants can carry gun and
no, because they secure their oil.
And they're not securing their communities.
No, they don't have oil. Military have oil.
Okay, you must have gun.
Nigerian are hunter of oil.
If it involves oil, you must use gun.
This is what military said. If you come to our own to take oil, we don't stop you. But when you take the oil, let us have the oil. Let us have what you take from us. Let us enjoy it too. The military have the right.
Okay.
But they take oil, they don't give them anything. But they have nothing like oil, nothing.
Let's look at Wike on fire in PDP. Wike, he has caused a crisis, calling some people rapists. He also attacked the governor of Kaduna State. Looking at Wike as a political person, what do you think? How is he to Nigerian politics?
Wike, they say he talk too much. They say Wike talk too much. Wike, I don't know whether he's still angry about losing a primary election. Because what he start to do now, I don't believe, I don't understand him again. I don't understand Wike again. But what he start to do now, you understand me? When Wike start to do now, I don't understand Wike again. Are you betraying PDP? Where you there now? You want to go to APC? Then go. You want to go to APC? Go to APC. Where you there now? Nobody know where Wike there. You now make the South to start to lose trust in him because of the way you do things now. You want to support Turumbu? Who do you want to support? Come out. Stop being like this. You are a human being. Nobody stop you. You You want to be sabotaged to APC or to PDP? Then let us know what you are doing. Okay. So we are now fucked up.
Okay, what's the way forward?
The way forward is that destiny is coming to save Nigeria. One destiny. I want the whole world to know. At the end, my face you go see. You will see my face I did for camera. Destiny stand. Nigeria will be saved by destined person who come to save Nigeria. Nobody say all the people. Nobody can save you. Any destined man can save Nigeria. That's what they call. They call them what? CPN. Good people. I don't go check over. I don't the best. Good people. Good people. Good people. No be bad people. Good. Good.
Okay, thank you very much.
GPN, good people. GPN, good people. GPN, good people. Good people. Nigeria, good people. Nigeria. If budget is going to be launched here, good people. When you good, me I good. We are Nigeria is good. Now we be Nigeria.
Now you be Nigeria.
Now we be Nigeria. If you could, me I could, this one could be, and Nigeria is good with that. We are bad. That's why Nigeria is bad.
What of the politicians?
They are bad. Bring good politicians where we say they have mercy upon you, they care for you, they have sympathy about the masses. Then they do what? They move Nigeria forward. These bad people, they think that they cannot work out. Now good people, good. Time to help.
Good.
Good.
Okay, thank you very much. Hold on. Yes, I have Mr. Matthew, good morning.
Good morning.
I know you will do justice to this. What Akeredolu wrote on the pipeline surveillance contract awarded to Kampolo. I know that your people,
I have not seen his opinion. I have not read his opinion.
Niger Delta militants, they wield ammunition. Now he said he's making a case for Amotekun. Why would the government be biased and not allow Amotekun wield same ammunition with the Niger Delta militants?
Do not commit an error, because you see, globally,
I will read what he. I will read it to you.
No, what I'm trying to say is, globally,
okay,
it is understandable that you have security outfits duly registered with governments.
Okay.
But I think people are personalizing this issue of Tompolo. Tompolo has a security company that is duly registered with Nigerian government,
Okay.
that had a contract with Nigerian federal government during the Jonathan's administration.
Okay.
And this government terminated the contracts. And the government is saying that they are losing well and over 200,000 barrels of crude on daily basis. And that our open quarter is about 1.8 million barrels per day. So if you are losing 200,000 barrels, and you have seen that somebody has capacity, someone have the capacity.
So we are making a case of who is more qualified to bear arms. Amotekun is registered.
Amotekun is a creation of state government.
Is it a legal entity?
What I'm saying is this: there's nothing wrong in asking Amotekun to protect critical oil infrastructure in their area of jurisdiction, Ondo State, for instance. Because whether we like it or not, Amotekun is already being paid by taxpayers' money. So it's not a question of giving Amotekun the contract to do the job. The personnel of Amotekun are already being paid. But we are talking of NNPC, who is already a public limited liability company that wants to protect its infrastructure. And I don't know why people are taking it personal. I've said it. I say it's about capacity. Forget whether I'm from Niger Delta. I'm speaking the way I would have spoken even if I'm not from Niger Delta.
Does the Amotekun deserve to wield weapons?
Yes, they deserve.
So that's one of
they
the
deserve because it is a creation of State House of Assembly. They deserve because they are confronting criminals, kidnappers, terrorists who are wielding AK-47, AK-49. They deserve because they are legitimate. Look at what Ashishaku said the other time. There was a plan by the military authority to disarm people who have arms in the regular society. Not because they own it illegally. You know, police used to give license, some category of arms. They give license to individuals. But the question is, the Ashishaku was telling the military authority that if before you disarm the citizens, first of all, go and disarm bandits, terrorists, ISWAP, Boko Haram. Because you cannot disarm the citizens and you leave them at the mercy of the criminals. So if bandits, terrorists, like we saw at our Catholic Church, if they have access to arms, why can't you say Amotekun should not be armed? What we are saying is, in Nigeria, it's unfortunate that the government play politics with everything. I said here the other day that Rivers State as a government acquired a military helicopter. And their intention is to use to complement the effort of Nigerian security agencies, particularly the Air Force, in protecting critical oil infrastructure in Rivers State. But because the NSA national security advisor that had the right to give certificate for end user refused to give the certificate at the point Rivers State was forced to volunteer and donate the military helicopter to federal government because government play politics with everything. For me, I don't see anything wrong in IG of police giving the approval or the national security advisor, as the case may be, advising Mr. President to allow Amateku to be armed. There's nothing wrong in it. Except with Buhari that the operation is questionable. Nobody have come out to question Amateku that they are participating in the operation. So I think from all purpose and intent, Amateku should be allowed to be armed.
So he's accusing the federal government of bias.
Even without Akeredolu, I've said it here severally before now, the federal government is wrong by denying Amateku the right to be armed. What I'm saying, Amateku is all out to fight terrorism, to fight kidnapping, to fight ISWAP, Boko Haram if they venture into their jurisdiction. And we have seen a situation where Amateku operatives were killed by criminals. So since they have been commissioned to fight crime and criminality, they should bear the category of arm well even and over and above what the criminals are bearing. So for me, I think they should allow to be armed.
Okay, let's look at other reports. Yesterday, Kuka's 70th birthday, we had the likes of Shetima, we had Tinubu, we have Jonathan, and also, let's look at the life of Kuka.
Kuka is somebody
an elder statesman
I respect so well because of his role in his interest and his role in advancing democracy. Don't forget that the National Peace Accord, we normally see every cycle of election, himself and some other Nigerians are the brain behind it. And that have, in a way, engendered peace before, during, and after general election. Before you know it, in a couple of months, you see them convening and bringing all the presidential candidates on board to sign peace accord. I think that have helped to give us the necessary peace we need in the society. So if not for any other reason, I think for that reason, I like his ideas. Then again, you see, Kuka has always been vocal when it comes to issues that has to do with marginalization. Whether it affects him or not, once there is injustice in the system, he is someone who is always known to speak up. So I think he's somebody that cherishes fairness, equity, and justice. So it's not surprised when you see almost everybody who is in the society honoring his invitation in that.
I think at one time it was precipitated by the government of the day.
No, once you're always on the part of truth, anyone that is opposed to truth will always be at variance with your views. There was a time they were calling for his head because of his stance on some issues. I don't want to, his needless drumming, bringing those issues to the front burner. What I'm trying to tell you categorically is that Kuka stands for justice, equity, and fair play.
Okay, let's look at PDP crisis. How you hit Wike Otto Makinde Ikpeazu? Say they were kids when they were forming the party.
I think any lover of peace will not tread the path of Ayu. I think any lover of peace will not equally tread the path of Wike. Because politics or negotiation rather is give and take. You concede some, you shift ground. Because if I am on the view that Ayu ought not to make that statement, because it will escalate the already created tension. And considering the fact that Ayu himself have made a pledge before he became the chairman, that if eventually a candidate of the party emerged from the north, that he will resign. Consequent upon that, some party chieftain like Bode George have echoed it, that Ayu did make pledge that he will resign if the candidate of the party emerged from the north, and that he should honor his word. And I think it's on that point that Wike and his group anchor his resignation. For me, I think it would have been an honor for him to do the needful. It's not out of place for him to resign because nobody is out of knowledge.
Yeah.
Nobody is indispensable. So you cannot claim to know it all. What are we encouraging to do? No, that is PDP problem anyway. Because for what I can understand, all the wrangling, disagreement, problem, crisis in the two major political parties, the ruling All Progressive Party and the major opposition PDP, I think is creating avenue for Labour Party to advance their candidates.
Okay.
Because if you look at things are falling in pleasant places for P2B with what we are seeing. Look at what happened yesterday, Abi. A situation where APC presidential candidate wanted to have a meeting with all the aspirants. Only one person showed up. They have to cancel the meeting abruptly. You can see it on the front cover of Punch.
Yeah.
It's almost all in all the national dailies.
Obi tells the federal government that you should name terrorism sponsors and oil thieves.
I think Obi is right. Obi is right because this is not the first time the federal government will be deceiving Nigerians. We had in the past where the government would tell us that they would name the sponsors of terrorists. That they would name and they prosecute them. At the point, they even made us understand that they have arrested a good number of them.
Okay.
But as we speak, the government has not been able to make good their threats to name even one person. So I think government is playing politics. Because every day you vote in money, there's money coming through intervention, and we are not seeing results. And the government seems to be deceiving us. That is why I am left with no option to believe that this government strives on propaganda. They strive on deceit. They strive on propaganda because
what is stopping the government from mentioning the names?
They may not have arrested. What I'm saying is they may not have arrested anybody. But because they want to justify all the money being expended on security, they want to hoodwink Nigerians into believing that they are recording sources. Like for instance, they are bombarding terrorists of recent. I think we can believe that because we are seeing the result on ground. The attack that was coming close to Abuja, that was already being witnessed in Abuja and environ, is absent. So if somebody now tell us from the government angle that we are bombarding the terrorists, we will believe it because we are seeing results. So when government told us that they arrested terrorists or they arrested sponsors of terrorism, and we waited and waited for them to name one person. They didn't even name any person. So it creates room for speculation. For me, I believe that it is just a strategy to hoodwink Nigerians into believing that they are working. For me, yes, to hoodwink Nigerians into believing that.
Because I believe they have said it like two or three times that they are going to name, even Saudi Arabia, is it Dubai, named.
They help us in naming. I think they arrested.
And we don't know the whereabouts of these people.
It shows the government that they're complicit in the whole issue. Okay. If they are not complicit, what will it take you? Because whether I like it or not, Boko Haram is the major reason Jonathan failed in that 2015 election. So it's a major national issue. And whether we like it or not, Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari have liquidated all the goodwill he came in with as a result of his failure to fight insecurity.
Before he leaves, he's going to leave a legacy of
I pray God help him. I pray God help him. But what we are seeing on ground, he is not anywhere near solution. A solution where his close ally, I'm talking about governor of Kaduna State, have written a memo that have gone to the public glare that in Kaduna State, terrorists are already forming parallel governments. This is a governor that knows better. A governor who is a close ally of Mr. President, writing a memo to Mr. President that terrorists are already forming parallel government in Kaduna State and that they already collected taxes, adjudicating over issues, meaning they're already forming court of law. So I think it's a worrisome situation.
Okay. Today, the 1st of September, Happy New Month. We have Okada. The policy on Okada is going to effect today.
In the extended local government.
Second phase enforcement kicks off. Let's look at the decision of the Lagos State government. How do you look at it?
For me, that decision is too harsh. For me, it's a policy that is targeted at the downtrodden. For me, you don't throw away the baby with the bathwater. For me, the government would have looked for a way to regulate the Okada operation in Lagos rather than outright ban. Because whether we like it or not, these are Nigerians who have rights of freedom of movement, who have right to decide type of business. That notwithstanding, don't get me wrong, the government have right of policy. But what I'm saying is that their policy is too harsh. That if you are doing a thing, the policy, whether it's a policy, whether it's law, is it in the best interest of the public? Now, the government is claiming that Okada is a menace as a result of accidents associated with it. There is an issue angle of crime and criminality.
Okay.
Are we saying that we can, as a government, you cannot address it with through policy, through regulation? I don't think so. You cannot say these shuttle buses that it doesn't have to do with accidents. We have airplane crash. And when it happens, there's accident investigation bureau that investigates and come up with the reasons behind it and use it to provide solution to foster occurrence. I think the same thing should happen in other areas of business endeavor that involves individuals. Because for me, as using a sledgehammer to kill a fly. Because don't forget that government, Lagos State government have interest in that sector. They are bringing these small shuttle buses that before now, the long buses cannot go to those areas. It's just that none of them is around here. I would have added you to permit your camera to bring your camera on
the shuttle.
Yes. So I think because the Okada system is threatening their own business. Because Lagos State, from our own understanding, want to take over the whole transportation system in Lagos. And if that happens, you are taking people out of business. You are not considering that people should coexist with government. What a government should do is, if you bring innovation into the transportation system, allow private individuals, private sector to participate alongside the government. Make your home more attractive, make it more comfortable for people so that the public will see it as a better alternative. Not using your policy, the right of policy to force people out of business.
There's another policy, car park fee. If you park a car on the streets outside of your house, you are going to pay for that.
Lagos is known for harsh policies. That is why when people talk about
But the cars are parked outside your house.
I know.
Okay.
I say Lagos is good, is known for harsh policies. That is why when people talk about how a particular individual transforms Lagos, I look at them and marvel and laugh. Because we have seen a government who impose harsh tasks on people. What they call IGR, internal generated revenue in Lagos, that runs into billion, is nothing more than imposing tasks, harsh tasks on the people. Not because the government of Lagos have a better business idea to advance economic activities in Lagos. They are only imposing harsh tasks on the people. Through land use acts, through, if you look around, you see that they are stealing shops now. And I can understand that it is Lagos State internally, Internal Revenue Service. And go and see what happens with federal government internal revenue service. What they do is, if you are not registered with CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission, they don't come after you to pay tax. But what Lagos State government do is, even personal income tax, whether you are working for government, you are doing your personal business, they want to enforce tax on everybody, on everything that happens in Lagos. So it's just that Lagos is a peculiar state because you have more non-indigenous in number who do business. So it's more comfortable for government to tax everybody and enforce it. If you go and try it in a place like Ogun, Ekiti, Osun, it will not work. Just as it will not work in Delta, in Enugu, in Kano. Because you have more of indigenous people. If you do it, your government cannot win this election. So they are fortunate to have a place like Lagos where foreigners play major role in business aspect of the state.
Okay, there's one thing we have forgotten is that we still have insecurity in the country. And in some parts of the north, these bandits are taking the responsibility of the government. An Okada man was beaten. They whooped the Okada man for not paying tax. Buhari.
It is, I have said it, even in Kano State, in Buhari, to be precise, according to reports, that a man who sold someone else's land was brought to Ansaru court, and he was made to pay a fine of 1 million naira. So it's not strange, it's not new. it can only add to what we are saying to make government to quicken their process of retaking territories that is already lost to terrorists. Don't forget that this government is quick to say that before Muhammad Buhari came on board, that Boko Haram was holding territories. But what are we witnessing today? They have even advanced it, not just holding territories, already forming government, parallel government, already collecting taxes, already forming court of law and adjudicating over cases. So what are we saying?
Okay.
The situation is
okay.
worse.
Lastly, looking at the PDP chairman, do you think there will be pressure on him that will make him resign or make the
His
party?
PDP problem, I think he should resign. If not for anything, he should honor his word that if the candidate of the party emerge from the north, that will engage, that's how he relinquish his position. I think he should honor his word. If not for anything, he should honor his word and resign.
Why is it that the party is not has not taken a decision on that?
You know, the party is all about interests. Okay. Whether we like it or not, Ayu is a close ally of the PDP presidential candidate. And he's unlikely going to ask him to resign. But except if you see that he's insisting on not resigning, it's going to cost him electoral victory. But whether we like it or not, for me as an individual, I think Ayu should resign. Okay. Because people who are arguing that he should not resign are looking at the timing and the process of removing a national chairman. That is another thing. So if you look at that, if you marry the timing, the process of removing a PDP national chairman, if the legal process is will cost the party the victory, I think it's not worth him resigning. He should wait for the after general election. But however I look at it, it's PDP's problem. However I look at it, he has said he will resign if PDP candidate emerge from the north. So it's on that basis I'm saying he should honor his word. But on the other hand, I'm saying that if the process of resigning legally, if the process of changing the party chairman legally, if it will cause them more harm than good, considering the period between now and election. So
someone is asking what's the percentage of tax in Lagos. I think Mr. Felix is a tax
personnel.
So he knows that very well. I don't know if you know.
I don't know, but what I can understand.
Do you pay your tax in Lagos?
I don't know what you mean by do I pay my tax. That question is too personal. What I understand is that tax in Lagos is too harsh.
Yeah. If you own a shop, you pay different taxes.
I used to have a shop on this street, so I'm talking out of experience. Do I shut it down under Buhari? So I know what I'm saying.
Under Buhari?
Yes.
Or just that?
No, when the business was not flourishing as it used to flourish, I used to have a printing outlet, but I shut it down under Buhari.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Matthew. Click on the link this morning. Let's get our viewers to contribute to what we are discussing here this morning. OB has asked the federal government to name the sponsors of terrorism and also oil thieves in Nigeria. No wasting of time. If you have these people, call them out. That is from OB. Now, Ayu has replied to Wike's camp saying that I don't deal with children. That when PDP was being created, they were children. That is from Ayu. We are looking at today, the 1st of September, the implementation, the second phase implementing Okada ban in Lagos State is going on today, and 3 years imprisonment for anyone that is found culpable of this. If I look at my front here, I used to see Okada men there, but there are no Okada guys there. You can see the streets, you won't find an Okada person. How will the Lagos State government sustain? Do you have anybody online this morning? Yes, click on the link. Click on the link this morning so that I can be of the program. Click on the link so that I can be part of the program. I have somebody this morning.
It's happening elsewhere. Where doesn't really matter. It's just elsewhere.
Yeah, who do I have online? Yes, Mr. Onoche. Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Onoche. I can see you. I just want you to contribute to the program this morning. Where are you calling from, Mr. Onoche?
Good morning, Chris. I'm calling from UK. Can you hear me? I'm calling from UK.
Good morning.
Yeah, I
can hear you.
I have two things to say.
I can hear you. You can continue. You can continue.
I have two things to say. One, what are we going to do with the names of the oil thieves or the sponsors of Boko Haram? We don't need their names unless they are wanted. Then they place the pictures and their names, then bring out the bounty on their head. Anyone who can, locate where they are, we collect so and so amount, and then it will be useful. For their names, it's not useful to us because Saudi Arabia, Dubai have mentioned name, but government did nothing. Right? So if you tell us their names, you didn't arrest them. What is the purpose? It doesn't serve. Then for tax, you people complain of tax. Let me tell you, in Italy, when I was doing business, if I work for 12 months, government will take 7 months. The 5 months is for me, my family, and the cost of all what I'm doing. So if you don't pay tax to government, how will they run the system? Here we enjoy nice road because we pay tax. We enjoy everything because we pay tax. If we don't pay tax, okay, imagine for my business I pay tax, and my house is my office. I pay refuse tax as family. I pay also as business, so I pay twice. So pay. If we don't pay, we'll always have dirty environment. We won't have street lights. You won't have workers paid. You won't have pension paid. We have to learn how to pay tax. Government all over the world made money from tax. You see, and at times, when you need emergency money, the tax is not normally placed on luxuries, not on essential products like food. No way. Like tobacco, alcohol, cars, wristwatch, perfume, all these things which you can do without. Government put high levy on them. You see, so we will learn how to pay tax. If we don't pay tax, Lagos state government cannot have money to fix the road for you. Money don't fall from heaven. Okay, that's what I have today. That's why I asked what is the percentage of tax in Lagos. Here in London, I think it's 20% of whatever you make. All right. Thank you very much, Christian. I'm done.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Mr. Onochi, for your contribution this morning. Yes, I do have any other person online this morning that will contribute. There's a link. Put the link so that we can get people contributing to the program this morning on the Bishop of Sokoto, Matthew Kuka, Reverend Matthew Kuka. He celebrated his 70th birthday yesterday in Abuja, and in attendance we had the APC presidential candidate, also former President Jonathan, and also the current governor of Lagos State. We have Akeredolu, governor of Ondo State, accusing the federal government of bias in Tompolo's contract. He says he's knocking the federal government for permitting non-state actors to bear arms, permitting non-state actors to bear arms. We know a contract was awarded to Tompolo, 4 billion naira every month, and he has made a case for Amotekun as a security outfit. Why don't you allow Amotekun bear arms also? You have their pertinent, their own reason is pertinent because we are faced with insecurity, banditry in that area. Mr. Matthew said they have oil, they are guiding oil pipelines. Also, Ondo State has oil. If that's where we are going to this morning. Yes, sir. I want to get 1 or 2 persons contributing to the program this morning. Click on the link. Put the link. What's your take? What's your take this morning? What is your take this morning? What is your take? Good morning, Auntie Grandma.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
What is going on?
Well, normal arguments. Everybody is just trying to know who's going to be the next president of the country, and why some people are just saying it's going to, people are just killing themselves over there. Some people are saying it's going to be Atiku. This one is saying it's going to be Tinubu, and this one is going to be Toby. I told them clearly, if they want to hear the truth, let them hear it. I gave them my own analysis. I said Toby is going to win the election, right? But they will never give it to him. The Hausas are very bad. I said this is what is going to happen. After the election, once Buhari realizes that it's P2B that won the election, they will delay the election 2 days. They will do their stupid wuru. Then, if it is Tinubu that won the election, they will delay it 2 days. They will do their wuru. But once it's Atiku, they will announce it that day. So what is going to happen is that if P2B wins the election, what they will do is they will do their wuru, then come back 2 days and announce that Atiku is the winner of this election. And look, what can a common man do? The only thing we can do is to shout and shout and shout. There is nothing you can do. Bullet is not going to the body. Who wants to take bullets? So we can shout, and that's all.
So you don't have the mind to die for your country.
Nobody has, even you. You don't have. All of us who have.
I'm talking to
the
you.
real
You
soldiers.
don't have the mind to die for your country.
The real soldiers are dead. I don't have the mind, bros. The real soldiers have gone. They are the ones that fought Biafra war. Those are the real soldiers. But you see all this one remaining. All these people outside Yoruba, all these one are not soldiers. These are just moi. Even knockouts. Ordinary knockouts, everybody don't discharge. When we hear knockout, we don't run. So definitely, the guys on board now, nobody is ready. So what I'm trying to say is that the real soldiers are gone. I can't die for Nigeria. I can't even die for P2B. I can only make noise for P2B. I have a song. Let me tell you the truth. I have a beautiful song I'm supposed to release for P2B. But the reason why I didn't release it is because these politicians are wicked. They might kill me. They will come to they could come and trace me and silence you with bullets. And it's a very fine say, everybody vote P2B, oh, P2B now the next president, P2B, oh, P2B, oh, P2B, oh, 2023. Yes, because
you are singing this.
No, the reason why this one, I'm saying go to the studio and bring it out and shoot the music video. I can do it, but the problem is these people are wicked politicians. And now what will P2B say? When I'm gone to the grave, do you know what P2B will come out and say? P2B will say, well, that my brother is a very good brother. He's a nice brother. God will this one for his soul. Me, I don't want to die now. So I don't like politicians. P2B, the reason why I'm supporting him, not because I love him, but because of one thing that you did. That's why I'm supporting you. You left 400 million in Anambra State accounts. And you also left investment for Anambra State. That's the only reason why I'm supporting you. If not for that, I don't think someone like me will be supporting you. So what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to tell Nigerians, if only we Nigerians can wake up to say no to Buhari. You know why that Buhari is not talking now? He knows what he wants to do in future. He knows what he wants to do. So we all should be very careful and say, we all should be at alert when anything wants to happen. It is fight to finish.
Let's look at Wike. Wike in PDP. Wike is a strong man, causing. He's making the party interesting. What do you think, Wike?
Wike, well, to me, I tell you something. Unless if people are trying to deceive themselves, Wike can never leave PDP. Wike is the next president in PDP. You understand? But it's going to frustrate Atiku. Atiku is stubborn. Wike is stubborn. I want to know the most stubborn guy amongst the two of them. So Atiku is stubborn, Wike is stubborn. Let's see how it goes. But all I know is that Wike is going to frustrate Atiku. Atiku is not going to get there. The person that is going to get there is P2B. Let's just watch out. I'm going to vote for P2B. Everybody's going to vote. I say count. Let your vote count for P2B because it's the right candidate for that job. So my brother, I hope you are going to vote for P2B. You should go for P2B. You are a neutral man. You are a journalist. Okay, no problem. Thank you very much.
Yes. We have someone online this morning. Let's get that person responding to what we are discussing today. Let's get you. Who is online this morning?
Good morning. Or good afternoon out here.
Yes, Mr. Drew. Good morning, Mr. Drew. Yes,
yeah, good morning.
I can see you. I can hear you. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from.
You have 2 minutes to discuss and contribute to the program.
All right, I'm calling from Russia. In the diaspora. Just want to add a couple of things about the upcoming 2023 elections. I think we have got. I'm actually coming home to support, to cast my vote. Actually, I just want to point out two things, or three. You see, it's not winning the presidency that's just the issue right here. It's not just presidency. I'm supporting Peter Obi. I want him to be the next president. I'm from the Middle Belt, actually, but I always count myself as a Nigerian. I think we have two major issues for 2023. First, I think the Labour Party needs to get a lot of seats in the Senate. We need to get a lot of seats, not just going for the presidency. Because the main problem in Nigeria today, the main problem with Nigerian politics today is to visit the 1999 Constitution. That's where our problem is. That's where our first problem is. Either we review it or we change. You see, it's a garbage. Change that Constitution, 1999. Peter Obi cannot do that, even if he has the intention, because he needs to win a lot of seats in the Senate. Secondly, all this buhaha about PDP and APC, Wiki. Listen, Nigeria is bigger than one person. Nigeria is a country. It's bigger than one individual. It doesn't work like that. My prayer is that Nigerian youths really need to get it right this time around. It's unfortunate that a typical Nigerian educated youth is going to look at Tinubu and Atiku as the best choice for Nigeria. Anyway, everybody get your own choice. But at the end of the day, when we talk about the future of Nigeria, honestly, the only guy that stands out among these three people is Peter Obi. I'm not into tribalism. I don't endorse it. I don't put it. I'm from Kaduna State. See, if you want to talk about the Igbos, yes, they'll be marginalized. That is clear. But right now, it's not even about tribe. It's about competence. Peter Obi stands a chance of moving this country forward. Put Peter Obi and Dachi. So my advice is the Labour Party should also focus on winning seats in the Senate. It's very important. Obi is coming to inherit a lot of mess, huge mess. So me supporting Peter Obi, I'm not expecting Peter Obi to perform any magic in 4 years. Nah, Nigeria is in a mess. So Labour Party are inheriting a big load of mess. So in as much as we're supporting Peter Obi for the next president of Nigeria, we should also put in the back of our mind that this guy is coming to work. He's coming to clear a lot of bullshit that this present and the previous administration has put us in. So anyways, God bless Nigeria. May things continue to get better for us. So I think we should just stay focused, put our support together. I'm coming home, not to just support Peter Obi, to also cast my vote. You want to try that kind of thing. I'll leave where they. All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Drew, for your analysis. I have Oluwawan. Good morning, Oluwawan. What is happening? The language on the streets is
the language on the
getting
street
cold.
The cold is like they are transferred the situation in Europe to Africa to Europe. That you can see things is changing dramatically for you and I. Cold every day. You see what I wear because that's what Nigerian language will change. It must change. See, the whole world is now running here to scatter for climate change because God has recycled the situation for the benefit of his own, you and I. So that cyclone is coming to Nigeria. It's coming like this here. It's coming like this. We not cover everywhere. Say old things are passed away, but now new things are coming. And now that is what we are seeing here now. We are seeing everywhere now. And the president himself already confessed that he's not going to do any partiality to anybody. Everybody has to face his own name and his own music. Because music is coming. Different music entirely. That you are now. We say that because of God. And now God said it must come now.
That means what you're saying that men on the streets they are angry with what is happening?
Yes, they are angry yesterday, but now the cloud of glory is not coming now. Their choice is not coming now. No intimidation anymore. No put on top anymore. Your language and your vote now must be counted, and now you must see the lights at the end of the tunnel. Nigeria is going to see the light. The darkness was a minute far away. So,
yeah, Bishop Kuka, the man, 78th birthday, Bishop Kuka. You can see celebrating him. We have Jagaban of Lagos. We have
former president.
Yes,
and the governor. You see, they are trying to war into the camp. You understand what I'm saying? Because those are the Shetima and the Tunubu, the Muslim ticket, they are causing ripples because the other man.
They are causing what?
Ripples. Eh? They are causing ripples concerning the other man, the Christianity. You understand? That's why they are trying to war the big figure in Christendom in Nigeria. And this man is celebrating 70th birthday is one of the language that I respected most because he tackled the presidency under the masses on behalf of the masses. He's a lion in the house of Christianity. He's the number one spokesman, and inside the forestry of the Fulani or the forestry of the Sylvester forest for the Northerner. Single-handedly fighting them with the power of the Most High God, the power of God. They can't do him no harm. He went to the Senate in America, tell the Nigerian government and say they are buying the ammunition to kill Christians. And the government was running at scatter, they were shouting that this man has not caused a problem. You are aware? I like it, but don't mingle with the criminality people. See, let me tell you one thing. Jonathan bring those problems we have here. Without Jonathan, we can't see all those situations. Now Jonathan is playing game with them. When we play game with them, all those shit, they are
missed. Somebody is celebrating his birthday and invites you.
No, wait, Jagaba is there. Jagaba is a mafia. Mafia is in the middle of the birthday and invites you. Don't you understand the mafianistic language? I'm a son, I'm a mafia, I'm adopted son of fella.
You're Mafiso.
Mafiso. To pack Amon Shako. All those are my kingdom home. I'm not going to call mafianism. Don't jump home. Don't play dance with the mafia. The mafia will suck you. He will infect you with his blood. And you now play with the mafia. That's what I try to do here. Already infect Jonathan. Jonathan is not Jagaba blood. Aso Rock.
Okay, let's look at other reports. Wike is causing some ruffles, according to you.
They are created wicked to cause ruffles inside the PDP camp. That's the Jagaba I'm telling you about now. See the other day, see, let me tell you one thing. You are in Nigeria, I'm in Nigeria, I'm a street boy, I'm a Mafiso, I'm a Californian West Side. It's a West Side you will die. I will die West Side, and he die West Side. To block Amon Shako, he die West Side, and the truth is spoken now. The black race don't matter. The black life don't matter in America. Someone started the revolution, they took back Amon Shako. Now see what's happening here now. Some of the plan wicked inside the PDP to scatter the motherfucking hole. Because Atiku is a theater to the fucking home house. He brainwash your camp. And Atiku, he jumped from one ship to another. He sleep in Dubai and he break down in Nigeria. And one man go handle it, finance PDP with the River State money, oil money, petrodollar money. At the end, they push him aside. Okay, what do you think will happen now? It will destroy the party.
Okay.
And the time reality, we can destroy that party. We can live forevermore.
But Ayu said that he will not resign.
Okay, now we can say Ayu will resign. Ayu said no, because Atiku said he must stay there. So there is a disagreement, and that disagreement is a high-profile disagreement. We can already say if you fail, don't blame me. The card is already received.
Okay, what's the way forward?
The way forward for you and I to push the motherfucking demon out of the game. There are many demons there. See, you never know the confidence of the human house now. I don't know. You don't know what's happening. You don't know the wave that is blowing. You never feel the wave. Obi wave is blowing worldwide. Because Nigeria is worldwide. It's a dramatic encounter with the atmosphere of Nigeria.
Okay.
Flash the parade.
That's a big one for the Mafiso.
And leave
Matthew Salt. Yes. Okay, I have a morning.
Olu, I am quite surprised today that Olu that used to support Jagaban. Olu that used to support Jagaban. Olu, what happened to Jagaban?
Who are you supporting? I ask you, who are you supporting?
What happened to Jagaban?
Mr. Felix.
Lost to the story.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's look at, let's start with Wike. What Wike is doing. How you have said that he does not deal with children. He called Wike and his camp children.
Wike is a children, I will tell you the truth. Wike is a child. He's not a mature politician. He's not a mature politician. He's not a mature politician. Is he the first to lose? You understand?
He's a force in the people.
Listen, let me tell you. He's not the first. He's not the first. He's not the first. He's not the first. He's not the first to finance PDP. Wike is not the first to finance PDP. He was not the first, and he will not even be the last. Okay. He should just leave this egoism. He's going beyond this thing. He should leave. One person is not bigger than the party. If he wants to leave, let him leave the party. Let him leave the party. I tell you, if we can say he leaves PDP today, there are 1,000 people that are in Rivers State that are going to support Rivers State.
When PDP was in crisis, where was some of these people?
Listen to them. Listen to me. Okay. Wike and Fayose put us into this wala. They want to bring Amadou Sharif. They were the one that put us into this mess. I'm going to be frank with you. For the first time, Wike is losing primary election. The election was free and fair. The election was free and fair.
Yes, the election was free and fair.
Yes, the election was free. Why did he complain that they manipulated the primary election? The election of PDP, the presidential election, was free and fair. This is just to tell him that the southern part of Nigeria are not united. The northern part of Nigeria, we are united. That was why we are able to defeat Wike. I am quite surprised that Wike could come out on TV talking anyhow.
Okay.
Listen, I am disappointed. I am really disappointed in him. He only has, let me tell you the truth. The rest governor aspirants, Shey Makinde, Samatom, they will leave him when it comes to that minute. The rest of them are contesting for Senate post. Go and mark my word. They will leave him at that minute.
Okay.
You understand? Okay. As a mature politician, maturity comes down. It's not all the time you must win. It is not all the time you must win. Our politicians don't talk with their own mouth. Wike talks with all his own mouth. And that is unfair.
Okay, let's look at Obi has asked the federal government to name oil thieves and sponsors of terrorism in Nigeria.
See, my take now for Obi should focus on how he's going to win election. Obi knows it. He should not be throwing punches on the federal government. You understand? He should focus on how he's going to win the election. You understand? Because if they name those people now, it will not do him any good. Those people are still going to be roaming around the streets. It will not do him any good. Now he should focus on how he can win the election. You understand? All those other things should be, when he gets to power, he can know how to deal with them. For him saying they should name them, and you are talking to a government that knows how do you win. I beg, he should not talk like, you understand? He should focus. You understand? I was listening to some of his analysis, how he's going to generate electricity, how he's going to do some other things. Those are the things he should be selling to Nigerian people. You understand? You understand? We are ready. Campaign will start on the 28th of this month. And a lot of us are ready. We are going to unveil on this platform, we are going to unveil people who are going to vote for. You are going to see me with the person I'm voting for. Whoever wants to crucify himself, let him crucify himself. I am going to come on this platform and tell this is the person I'm following. You understand? Because you must follow someone that knows the road.
I want to talk about the visit Tinubu had with Jonathan.
Listen to me. This Jonathan is already a stakeholder in Nigeria. You understand? Tinubu is a desperado. He's a desperado. You know he went to visit Obasanjo. You understand? He now went to visit Jonathan. You understand? people that are desperate, they will not look at any other thing. What they are particularly concerned is that, how do I get the power? That's why I'm telling you that Obi should leave those people that are selling Nigerian money and concentrate what he wants to get. There are three contending forces. We have Jagaban, we have Atiku, we have Obi. He should concentrate. All of them are concentrating on how they can go. Was it on Monday when Atiku went to Kanu to go and bring one of the former governors and bring them into the party? Those are the strategies they should be using. You understand? There are a lot more to do. He is canvassing more of the youth to vote for him. Now his campaign slogan should be, how will I get this youth? How will I mobilize this youth? How this youth? Are they having voters card? You understand? That is the strategy. My take is this, and I want to tell everyone who cares to hear. Starting from on the 28th, you are going to be seeing the person I'm voting for, the person I'm standing for, whether they like it or not. I stand to be corrected on this platform. It's a choice. Okay. It's a choice.
Lastly, what's the percentage Lagos collects for tax? The
Well,
tax percentage.
I cannot give an accurate figure because I know they generate more money. You understand? They generate more money, and 60 or 70% goes into sharing. That money is being shared across the board.
When you say across the board, what do you mean?
You know now. You know. You should know that. We don't see everything. Across the board. The money is being shared. You pay, everybody pay, and everybody goes around on it. And I want to say this, and I want to tell you that at the end of everything, Lagos is due for a change. Lagos is due for another political party to rule Lagos. And I'm quite surprised that why people are not agitating for another change. I'm telling you the truth. Sanwo-Olu, if they put a blind man in Lagos, he's going to perform more than Sanwo-Olu.
Okay.
If they put a dumb person, he's going to perform more than Sanwo-Olu.
Okay.
Lagos has been a capital for almost like 100 years. Tinubu came and started collecting taxes, broad structures. And that's the reason why, that's the problem we are having. We have more Agberos than the normal woman being in Lagos now.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, Mr. Yes, there's the information we have this morning. The Lagos State government has commenced the collection of levies for cars parked outside the perimeter fence of companies. If your car is parked outside the perimeter fence of your company, Lagos State government has commenced a collection of levies for that. The setback is a minimum distance from a property line to which a building must be set back from a street or road, among others. Yes, according to the letter, the agency charged 80,000 naira per annum for 3 parking slots for off-street with a 50,000 naira as non-refundable administrative processing fee. Yes, this is dated August 15th and sent by Lagos State Parking Authority to Nelly's, a food and snack company. The agency charged this company 290,000 naira for parking slots on setbacks. With that, we are close to the end of the program this morning. I just want to say a big thank you for being on the program. Click on the like button so that you can be part of us, so you're going to have a more rich on this program. I'm Chris Chuku. With that, I'll say bye for now. Thanks for watching.